Okay. I wanted to redo that because, anyways. So yeah, so yesterday this morning I gave you guys a brief synopsis of what was going on yesterday. And yesterday I took like a major nap, and then last night I was experiencing pressure in my head and my ear, and then had sore throat, like the right side of my sore throat, like right side of my throat. And actually, it just like I don't feel any sore throat right now. Okay, and so I'm just thinking like, okay, when people get like a major stroke, it's because the body is trying to upgrade. It's been exposed to some kind of antigen, and it has, so when you have like seizures or strokes, it's like the body's trying to upgrade, and then there really isn't enough to sustain that upgrade, and so that's when people start, going downhill like really quickly. And so this COVID-19 is an upgrade. Um, Today when I sit on the couch watching Planet of the Apes, I've been feeling and experiencing these little mini strokes, mini seizures, like these twinges of pain. And they call it a twinge, right? But when you think of a twinge of pain, that's like a very mild upgrade, like a pain is a mild upgrade. And then when you have like a grand mal seizure or a major stroke or a major heart attack, that's like a major upgrade. And some people don't survive those major upgrades because they don't have enough what it takes. But I'm sitting on the couch watching Planet of the Apes, and I'm having these twinges. And they would happen like, there'd be like maybe longer intervals in between. And I don't have the sore throat anymore. But I'm sitting on the couch going like, Jesus, Jason, I'm having these mini freaking strokes, these mini freaking seizures. And it's not like it's taking me out of the game. It's just these twinges of pain. And but it's not bad. I mean, I am so like energetic. I'm very coherent. I'm running around with my dog. I'm right now trying to figure out, I'm going to make some Vietnamese spring rolls. So, and I just had some food. So it's just like, this is confirming more about evolution. When you have evolutionary leaps, Christina Morris, she wrote on her Facebook, or she posted about Neanderthals make up like 4% of the population or something. And yeah, I mean, evolution, when you evolve from the Neanderthals and then you're Homo sapien and whatever species in between, Neanderthal to Homo sapien, well, yeah, we evolve. And so when people are taking pills, powder, supplements, and detoxes to stop the pain, they are stopping the evolutionary process. So if I were to go take let's say if I were to take, if I were to take some kind of painkiller for these headaches or these pressure twinges, then I would actually suppress my immune system to work the way it's supposed to, and then I would stop the evolution process. And so Sarah's replying to Christina, me too, what is it? She said, so Christina said, I'm feeling circulatory pains in my legs periodically right now. Well, yeah, it's called, the evolution. It's like, it's evolving. You're regenerating cells. The body's getting rid of excess antibodies, and it's going to be blown out your nose and out your butt. Okay. It's your body trying to now parse out what it doesn't need and then regenerate what you do need. Okay, so whenever you feel a pain, it's the body's evolutionary process. That's what pain is. That's what discomfort is. It's an evolutionary process. How many people have actually evolved from having no pain in their life? Nobody does, because if you have no pain, it means you're freaking dead. If you have no pain, you're suppressing it and you're a zombie and your days are numbered. The reason why you have pain, it's an evolutionary leap. So the fact that some people have these grand mal seizures or they have these major strokes and they survive it, but they survive it with predispositions because they have not given their body what it needs. Their body built up all of this angst and all of this possibility of an upgrade, and they come to find out the body doesn't have any support to give that person when they go through that upgrade. So that's why you see people who don't survive strokes or they become paralyzed from strokes because they don't have enough of what they need. And if you die from a stroke or a heart attack, it means that you had nothing to give your body to carry you another day. Okay? And I'm just like, so feeling these pains and being with these pains, these twinges, it's like these lightning bolts. I'm telling you, it's lightning bolts. It's lightning bolts in my ear. It's lightning bolts like the top of my head. It's a trip. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And so if we're evolving from Neanderthals, and the Neanderthals weren't looking for painkillers, they just went and mixed in with other, species within the human race, and they've created a Homo sapien that is very evolved to where they know how to look for dandelions and they know how to make medicines to then suppress the pain. And so probably why we are now at a point where one virus is going to take out a lot of people, because many people have not given their body what it needs to be able to evolve to the next evolutionary leap. And that is exactly what's going on. So that's why I've been saying in not so many words, you got to stop suppressing the pain. Though I understand some of you are chicken and you don't want to deal with pain and you want to, take your drugs. Okay, fine. You're going to stop the evolutionary process, which is why some people are like Neanderthals, which is why some people are like cavemen, non-empathetic, not very logical in their problem-solving ability. So when you look at why the right side, which the left side controls the right side, where the right side is your logic and your mathematic, and the left side, which your right side controls the left side, and this is all your creativity and your, creativity and stuff. This is where the reasoning is on the right side. So it stands to reason that when you have pain on your right side, you are evolving in your problem solving skills, in your speech patterns, you're evolving in your logic, mathematics. Okay. And then when you have pain on your left side, it means that you are evolving in your creativity. So when you actually use both sides of your brain, you can actually bring in two worlds where you're not always in conflict. Imagine if you actually got along with everybody, because you're able to relate to both the left and the right brain people. Why you have conflict is because you're totally right-brained trying to deal with a left-brained person, and vice versa. So imagine, that's why I say, you guys, whenever you take a side, you're ultimately going to be hypocritical, and you're going to live a very ironic lifestyle, because someone's going to take your argument that you have against somebody else, and they're going to apply it to you, and then you're like, dude. And it's funny seeing it right now, because the Republicans are like, my body, my choice, right? And the liberals are the same way, my body, my choice. Imagine that. Republicans and Democrats actually see eye to eye. That's the irony of it all. So when you actually are able to use both sides of your brain, you can see both sides of the issue. Strokes are the same thing, Cindy. Okay? Here's the thing. It's the same thing. A stroke is the same thing, Cindy. Don't try to make it sound like a stroke is totally something different. No, the stroke is the same thing as evolution. They make it sound bad because you have this relationship with stroke as a bad thing. No, it's not a freaking bad thing. But that's your relationship because you're still playing in the holistic allopathic world. But I'm telling you guys, when you use both the left side and right side of the brain, you're able to see logic. But right now, Cindy, you're exhibiting more of the emotional creativity side and not understanding logic. Do you realize that the holistic allopathic world have demonized your upgrade process? So they call it a stroke, and then your relationship with the stroke is that it's bad. Okay? What you're saying with the reconnection and all that stuff is the same thing as a freaking stroke, but people take stroke and then they apply all these stupid remedies to their stroke and they stop the evolution process. So what would happen is if you actually had a positive connotation to the freaking strokes and the heart attacks and say, hey, it's an evolutionary process, it's a reconnection, and it's not a pejorative thing like you're making it out to be. Okay, so get rid of separating stroke versus whatever you're saying, and it's all the same shit. But it's an evolutionary process. It's not something that's supposed to be a bad thing, but the medical holistic industry have made it to be a bad thing. And then you've adopted that there's a separation. No, there's no separation, Cindy Bud. Okay, so when you're able to use both sides of your brain, imagine how you can relate to people. You won't live a hypocritical lifestyle. You won't be ironic. And we won't have all of these stories that are full of irony. Do you realize every single amazing story out there is full of irony? Okay, when you have the good guys and the bad guys, and the good guys are like the bad guys and bad guys are the good guys, and relative to which side are you on, you're like, oh wow, you know, you're sympathizing with the bad guys as if they're good. That's the irony of all of these different soap operas out there. Everything is ironic because you're not living a life of balance. You're taking one side or the other, but in actuality, you should be looking at both sides of it and understand there's actually value in both sides of it, and there is a place for everything. And then it comes to life versus death. Are you living along the laws of life, or are you living along the laws of death? And then you don't mischaracterize your symptoms. You can call it a stroke, you can call it a reconnection of the wires with the salt, you can call it whatever the hell you want. But when you put lipstick on a pig, it's still a freaking pig. The lipstick ain't going to change the pig. It's still a freaking pig. It's still a reconnection. It's still an evolutionary. You can call it a stroke. You can call it a whatever, a higher power. It doesn't matter what the fuck you call it. It's all the same shit. Okay? Okay, what did Cindy say? Okay. All right, but that's where people get lost, is when they have different names for the same thing, trying to apply a different context. It's all the same shit. Okay? Pain is an evolutionary process, and no wonder humanity has not evolved really, because they keep suppressing their pain, and they keep taking all of their pills, powder supplements, and detoxes and diets, and they wonder why they haven't evolved. They wonder why they're still obese. They wonder why they still have cancer, disease, and chronic illness. They wonder why they're still stuck looping in the same politics. They wonder why. Because they haven't evolved, because they're still playing with drugs and alcohol and sex. And that is their way to escape from dealing with the reality that, you know, either they evolve to the next level or they go down that death trajectory. Okay? So I'm getting it. I'm totally getting it. So if you want to evolve to the next level, you've got to face your demons. You got to stop suppressing your pain. I understand you don't want to torture yourself. Oh my God, I got to have my painkiller. Fine, go get your painkillers. But you better hope you don't have too many antibiotics, creating too many antibodies over your cellular regeneration. It's all about balance. If you're going to take antibiotics, you better be doing the J juice to release the antibodies. What's the point of taking antibiotics for pain when you're going to have to take Jilly juice anyways to release the antibodies? You're going to have to deal with the pain again anyways to freaking heal. I hear my dog. Hold on. You want to come in, sugar? You want to come in? Anyways. All right. Well, I'm going to go, but my husband's home. But understand, pain equals evolution. Strokes equals evolution. But if you don't give your body what it needs, you won't survive a stroke or a heart attack. But that is the body signaling you that's trying to upgrade. And if you don't feed your body correctly and give it what it needs, you will not survive the next evolution. Every single time you get a stroke or a heart attack or any kind of cancer, disease, and chronic illness, and you don't give your body what it needs, yeah, death is imminent. Talk to you later. Bye.